ever wanted to make a massive popcorn and cranberry garland? Well, look no further. This is the video for you. I'm Ashley and this is Chip Builds, and today I'm going to show you how to make this super simple faux popcorn and cranberry garland. This is part of my 12 days of Christmas DIYs and it's a ton of fun. I first saw this project over on TikTok, over by a guy I believe named Jerry something. I'll have a link to his video down below. But this is honestly one of the coolest things I think I've ever made, and it's like a ton of fun. So for this project, we're going to use this gap filler. I think any brand will work. I think they're all pretty much the same. So I think the key is to just do it nice and slow. That way you can really get the shape that you want. And then once I've kind of put the base down, then I'll put my straw in and then cover the top. There's really no right or wrong way to do this as well. I mean, because popcorn is kind of a crazy shape anyways. So once I've got the base layer down, I put the straw in and then I'll just cover it on top with more of the expanding foam. I'm making a couple different sizes just to make sure I have enough for the whole garland. Now, I thought these popcorn looked super cool as they were, but I really wanted to have that buttered popcorn effect. So I just took some Rust-Oleum spray paint and dusted just a light coat on the tops of all of the popcorn. So the next step that we need to do is we need to cut off all the ends of these straws that are in the popcorn. That way we can actually string it together without having these extra pieces show. So for that, I'm literally just gonna take scissors and snip off the ends. I'm just gonna try and get as close to it as possible. You know, in hindsight, you should probably use white straws for this and not green Strawbuck stars. This is what I had an abundance of, and so this is what we used. One nice thing about the way that we made these popcorn is that because I let it dry on the top for half the time and then flipped it over, the bottom actually puffed up as well, so it doesn't look like mashed potatoes and it looks more like the popcorn shape. I think this really looks more like pirate's booty than anything, but it still looks really cool. Oh, I just pulled the straw out completely. I wonder if I can just pull the straws out. Maybe not. Maybe it depends on how it dries. Oh, I pulled that one out. I guess what I'll try and do is pull as many out as I can. And then with these other couple ones, I just gotta leave it as it is. But that's pretty cool. I didn't know that you could just pull the straw out like that. That makes it a lot easier. Oh, I love that these come out. Got a big old thing of popcorn. So since ornaments only have one open end, I do need to make a hole on the other side. That way the string and the needle can pass through to string this all together. So I'm just gonna remove the top of this. And then I'm gonna take a soldering iron. These are super cheap. I got it off of Amazon. And I'm gonna carefully just burn a hole through the plastic on the other side. That way it gives us the hole that we need. So I'm just roughly judging it. Super simple. So this goes by really quickly. So with soldering irons, you wanna make sure that you're not touching the metal part because it's going to be super hot. Also, make sure if you're doing this indoors, you have either a mask on or you have the doors and windows open, just because melted plastic doesn't smell the best. And so just be very careful if you're going to attempt this. So just like so. So then we're just going to repeat this process all the way through for all the different ornaments that we have for this garland. So I did get some of these ornaments at Michael's, and then I did get a big thing of red ornaments from Target as well. So in order to string all of the cranberry and popcorns together, I just bought a yarn needle and I tied some twine to the end of this, and then I'm just going to string it through every piece to create this long garland that we're looking for. And since we use a soldering iron to cut in this hole, it should go pretty simply. So you do need to be careful with how big of a knot you have on the end of the string because it does make it a lot harder to do. So I wish I could have made the hole a little bit bigger because this isn't the easiest to thread through, but that could also just be with the size of ornaments that I bought. I'm kind of just trying to drop the needle into the popcorn hole and then pushing it through. I am really glad that I ended up putting the straws in the middle to make the holes, just because it makes this whole process a lot easier. The nice thing is too, these yarn needles, they're not a sharp point, so you're not gonna really stab yourself. I seriously can't get over though how well these popcorn turned out. Like, it really looks like a piece of popcorn. It's crazy. All the kids in my youth group said it looks like pirate's booty. I am doing my best to make sure that the point of the ornament is all facing the same way. I already messed up one, and I'm not gonna go undo it, but I'm doing my best. And that's all that matters. Once I had strung all the ornaments and the popcorn, I just tied knots on the two ends of the rope. That way the whole thing wouldn't come apart. Well guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know down below what you think about it, if you like it or if you think it's too over the top. Also write down if you have any questions or anything. I would love to answer them for you. And if you do decide to make one, please tag me. I would love to see it. Merry Christmas guys, bye.